All right, let me ask you a question. So, I'm at work right now, and the thing I want to talk about just happened to me. So, I thought I'd just pull up into a parking lot and do this video real quick because, it's always good to get the things out of your system as quickly as possible. I have the feeling that, like, everyone looks at me. Like, of course, not everyone looks at me. I know that for a fact. Like, I know that I'm just as important as everyone else. Not at all, like, to other people. It still seems as though, like, whenever I go somewhere, it just happened when I stepped outside of this car. Whenever I go somewhere, there's like people just staring at me, and it's every sort of human being that just looks at me. It's like people my age, like different sexes, like men, women of different ages, like old men, old ladies, girls my age, but also, men in their 30s, for example. And I don't know why that is, but it really came to my attention because it happens really often when I go for a walk or when I'm in the city or just riding the train and someone's walking by outside and I look out the window. I have like random ass eye contact with like 7 out of 10 people. And that's not over exaggerated. It probably is like 7 out of 10. So, of course, not when I'm walking down a busy street, then the odds are, of course, smaller. But if there's like only a select amount of people walking by me or I'm walking by them, then it's really a really high number. And, I've asked certain people if they know that feeling, and everyone said, like, no, not really. And then I asked my dad about it, and he was like, he's making a joke, and he told me, yeah, he knows it. It's called being paranoid, and that I shouldn't worry because it will go away by its own or on its own. So yeah, it made me laugh, but it also made me realize that he didn't have a clue what the fuck I was talking about. On this YouTube channel, there gotta be at least somebody who has this experience, who shares the same experience with me, because I can't be the only one who has like this random ass eye contact with a lot of people every day. And I don't know why it is. Like, I've got a few ideas. Maybe I am paranoid. Maybe it's that. Like, or not paranoid, but maybe I'm self conscious and it's anxiety because I had anxiety for a long time. And it's not completely, still not completely gone away. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know, attractive. I mean, I know that I'm not ugly as hell, but I don't know, I see myself as pretty average. So I wouldn't get why that would be the reason. Maybe it is, I don't know. And the other thing I thought of is maybe that maybe I just stand out that much, like from the rest of the crowd. Because, I don't exactly look like the majority of people with my beard and my glasses, and I'm wearing sunglasses in this case, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's that because when I'm walking outside, most of the time I'm wearing a band shirt or sunglasses or my regular glasses, and then my hair is getting longer. Maybe like that's something that people notice. I don't know. Maybe I just don't look like everyone else, and that's why I sort of stick out of the masses. And to be honest, I don't even hate it. Like, it's kind of weirded me out for a bit in the beginning. And I actually couldn't tell you when it started. It's like back in the day when I was a teenager, like 18, 19, I didn't have this experience at all. But the older I get, like I'm 23 now, the more I notice it. Like people of different age groups, gender groups, or actually it's sexes in English, sex groups. That came out wrong. Anyway, I just noticed them looking at me. And it's really this, I'm just walking down the street and there's this guy, just this elderly guy, coming towards me, and he just locks eyes with me, and I'm like looking back and not thinking anything, and then just either he broke the eye contact or I did. I don't remember, but nothing happened, of course. It was just random ass eye contact, and I don't know how many times I've said random ass eye contact in this video already, but I think it's probably been the 5th time or something. So yeah. And then another instance where it happened, like I was walking down the street in the city with a friend of mine, and we were, just randomly walking by a cafe or a bar, some little outside space. And there were people sitting there, and I was just talking to my friend, and I was looking to the left just randomly, and I was just instantly locking eye with like a girl of my age. And being a shy person, like I grew up very shy, and I'm a lot more outgoing nowadays, but being used to being shy, often I don't know how I react, so I just look this way and see that someone was just looking at me before I accidentally looked in the same direction, and then like we're having eye contact, and then I'm like getting overwhelmed because maybe it is autism, because someone commented under my video, under my I want to go home, I don't feel welcomed by this group, and along the lines of this, I've already forgotten the exact title, but someone commented that maybe I do have autism, because struggling with eye contact is a sign, or can be a sign, of autism. So I don't know, I don't want to get tested, because I don't think a sickness or an illness is like the solution to my problems, because I think it takes away the responsibility for myself, so I can blame like an outside factor, and that's just not who I want to be. So yeah, but please tell me, do you know this feeling? Because nobody who I've asked about this knows what I'm talking about. They really don't. Like, if you have not experienced it, maybe you could like help me explain what could be some reasons, like that I have the feeling like so many people just look at me, and then I look in their direction, and suddenly we lock eyes. Like, I'm not gonna repeat myself even more, just to like make it 7 times random as eye contact.